Welcome to the Improve and Have Fun podcast. My name is Paul V. Perez, and on this podcast, I work on improving myself while having fun along the way with the hopes of encouraging you to do the same. And I do so by documenting my life and interests. Self-improvement has changed my life. Most of my life, I've been a night owl. I'd often stay up late and watch TV. During the 90s, infomercials, which promised riches, inundated the local channels. They played in the early hours of the morning, and I enjoyed them, such as Carlton Sheets' No Money Down real estate program, or Don Lepre's tiny classified ads course. Tony Robbins' Personal Power was my favorite. His set of audio tapes promoted a better life, improved relationships, optimal health, and more. Dead-end temp jobs were my existence at the time. My weekly paychecks were less than $250. Seeing these ads gave me daydreams of a better life for my family and myself. Financially, we are poorer than middle class. Mr. Robbins' audio cassettes were outside of my price range. However, his Awaken the Giant Within book was on sale at Barnes & Noble, and I purchased it. I never finished the book, but I did research his material and sought out the individuals he considered experts in their respective fields. He would quote them in his book and have them speak at his seminars. One being John Gray, author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Barbara DeAngelis, author of How to Make Love All the Time, also interested me. I didn't have a girlfriend at the time and desperately wanted one. I read and listened to those two authors' books and audiobooks. My mother, sister, and future girlfriends were the recipients of the poorly applied techniques I learned. Over the years, I would fall in and out of consuming this type of self-improvement content. Presently, I do so almost daily. It feeds my soul. It makes me feel like a better, smarter version of myself. With a constant negative news cycle, watching TV, and playing video games loaded with sex and violence, there's no better time to surround oneself with positivity. I prefer podcasts. There are some which are short and others which are longer. My recommendations for shorter content are Rob Dahl's Mindset Mentor podcast, Sean Croxton's Quote of the Day podcast. These are all podcasts, so let me just continue. I'm not going to say podcast after each one, but Raul Velasquez's Daily Edge, Robin Sharma's The Mastery Sessions. And now for longer content, you can throw in Tony Robbins' podcast, Dean Graciosi's podcast, which actually goes more into shorter content because he does release smaller episodes more often. Lewis Howes' School of Greatness, Brendan Burchard's The Brendan Show, John Lee Dumas's Entrepreneur on Fire, and finally the Gary V audio experience. My favorite in challenging my thinking from the status quo is the James Altucher Show. Some of my choices fall into the business realm, but there are still gems of knowledge that can be found there. And this is one small way how self-improvement material, which isn't always necessarily positive, but it's to give you a different perspective and give you appreciation and motivation to go ahead and make things happen. But I recommend self-improvement, self-help to anyone and everyone. And it's not all gaga stuff. It's really good stuff. The saying goes, you are what you eat, but you are as well what you consume. Visually, through your ears. Having a steady diet of the self-improvement content can really rub off on you and do positive things, great things for you, and put you in a fantastic mindset. If you have any suggestions of any podcasts that you listen to, self-improvement wise, I definitely want to hear about them. Please let me know. I leave all the contact details in the show notes for this podcast or in the description for this video.